You'll find the About. There's a lot, video, photos, and then videos. If you click the Videos tab, all of the videos from this class are there for you to watch, except for the week that I forgot to turn my microphone on. And I deleted it because with it, it was a different microphone, and unfortunately that one has a little Bluetooth adapter that goes into my phone. And when I forget to turn that one on, there is no audio at all. This little headset, if I forget to turn this one on, you can still hear my mouth. So may not be the best quality, but you can still hear me. So welcome. So happy that you all are here. I see a couple of new faces. So welcome to you. So glad that you're here with us today. My name is Hope Mercer. I'm with Iron Zen Yoga. We have matching shirts on. Diana. So anyways, I'm located here in Cambridge, Ohio, 224 Dewey Avenue. If you go over the viaduct bridge, or the little bridge, whatever, at the end of Wheeling Avenue, I'm right there on the right-hand side when you come across on the other side. If you're interested in attending classes at the studio space, please feel free to reach out to me, stop up, chat with me afterwards. I know it gets a little hectic after. I wait until the last person walks out that door typically. So please come chat with me. I also want to announce, just as a little reminder, I am currently teaching at the Guernsey County Senior Citizen Center every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Don't get too excited quite yet. I'm at about 80% in my mind that I'm going to start there on Thursdays in the afternoon, probably 1 o'clock. So we'll have a morning session and then we'll have an afternoon session. I've just got a couple more little logistical things. I need to make sure everything's kind of ironed out before I commit 100% to that. But I think it's going to work. So we can be a little excited about it. The sun is shining also, so I feel like a happier girl now. All right, let's find a nice comfy seat. Now, when I say find comfy seat, we want to make sure that we are finding the sits bones under the body. Those are those two little bony points under your bum that we might need to move things around a little bit so that we can feel it, but they're there. We're going to give a little wiggle, make sure that we're nice and flat in the chair. If you happen to also be sitting in one of these metal chairs, I'm loving these chairs. These ones actually feel a little bit more cozy. I feel like I can sit back but not be like all the way reclined back. Those white ones, I feel like it's a little too reclined back. So this one, I still feel the support in my low back. I can sit a little taller.
That's okay.
We'll remember that for next week. We'll try to set out more metal chairs or the next time, more metal chairs rather than the plastic chairs. Feet nice and flat on the floor. Make sure that our hips and knees and toes are in a nice straight line. If you're finding yourself kind of sitting a little pigeon-toed or whatever that is, this way, duck toes, pull it in so that you're nice and straight. Let your hands rest on your lap. If you're comfortable doing so, let's close down the eyes and begin to notice where your shoulders are in relationship to your hips. Are you leaning forward a little bit? Are you tipping more so back? Or have you landed with shoulders over hips? And we'll begin today by simply noticing our breath. Noticing how it's flowing in the body. If it's moving in through the nose, between parted lips. If it's shallow, if we're just feeling the breath in the heart space, in the upper part of the chest. Or maybe we're feeling it a little lower and into the rib cage. Or maybe we've already started to find that deeper, fuller breath and we're feeling the lungs completely fill. Does the breath come easily? Or does it feel as though it's a bit of a struggle? And then notice how the breath is leaving the body. Is it leaving between parted lips or from the nose? You could even take this all the way down to, are you able to determine the temperature of the air that you are breathing? Is it warm or cool? And now that we've simply allowed ourselves to be a witness to our own body and breath, let's begin to find a deeper and fuller breath. We'll gently seal the lips, breathe in through your nose, and work to fill your belly as full and big and round with air. And then exhale through your nose. completely emptying the body of breath. We'll breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. Now this last breath, I want you to take a big full inhale again through the nose. And when you think you can't take in any more air, I want you to sip in just a little bit more. And then open mouth sigh. And now allow your breath to relax. Gently seal the lips once again. And let the breath flow freely. Today I want to talk about the second limb of yoga. The last time that we were here, we finished chatting about the first limb of yoga, which was the yamas. And this week I'd like to share with you about the niyamas, the second limb of yoga. The first limb is more about that golden rule, how we treat other people and how we would like to be treated in return. The second limb, the niyamas, is about deepening our own practice in yoga. So if this is something that is very much resonating with you, you may start to find some of these things happening without you even realizing that it's happening. So today I'll share two of the niyamas. There are four. The first two niyamas are saucha and santosha. Saucha is purity. Santosha is contentment. And we're going to explore these two through the lens of movement and release. A reservoir holds on to water, keeping it contained and often becoming stagnant. A river, on the other hand, moves freely, constantly cleansing itself as it flows. In our lives, we can choose to be like a reservoir, clutching tightly to thoughts, emotions, or material things. Or we can be like a river, allowing life to move through us with clarity and ease. Saucha asks us to keep our bodies, our minds, and our surroundings clear, like a river that remains fresh by moving. We cultivate purity by letting go of what no longer serves us. This might mean nourishing our bodies with clean food, maintaining a clear space, or releasing toxic thoughts, habits, and sometimes even relationships. When we stagnate, we hold on to clutter, resentment, or unhealthy patterns. We lose our clarity. Ask of yourself, what in your life is asking to be washed away? What can you cleanse so that energy may flow more freely? Santosha is probably one of my favorite principles when we talk about yoga. Santosha, the contentment, is that deep trust that we have enough. That this moment is exactly enough. A river doesn't compare itself to the ocean. It doesn't long to be still like a lake. It simply moves, accepting its course. When we resist life's current, wishing things were different, grasping for more, or dwelling in dissatisfaction, we create suffering. But when we surrender to the present, we discover ease. Where can you soften your grip? What if just for today, you allowed yourself to flow, trusting that you are exactly where you need to be? Allow yourself to be like a river. Let go of what weighs you down, purify your path, and trust that your journey is happening just as it should, as it unfolds. Let's take one more big clearing breath together before we begin to move. Take that full breath in through your nose, maybe even bring your hands to your belly, see if you can feel that breath move in. And then let it go, big sigh. I think we need to do that again. Take another big breath in. Big sigh. Sometimes we just need that audible release. Let's bring the hands to heart center. An inhale breath here through the nose, and an exhale breath through the nose. Inhale, press the palms together, lift them high over your head. And on the exhale breath, we'll take a lean at the waist and bring your forearms to your thighs. Now, please remember, if you are a glaucoma patient or someone who should keep their gaze from the ground and keep it straight ahead, you're going to keep that gaze straight ahead for me. On the inhale breath, we're lifting right knee towards the chest, any amount that is available to you. Exhale breath, we're going to release that right leg back. On the inhale, left leg. Exhale, release. Hands to knees, inhale, baby cobra. Pull your heart forward, lift your gaze. Even think about lifting your tailbone. Exhale, relax your shoulders over your hips. Inhale, draw the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, press the palms together, lift them high. Exhale, forearms to thighs, lean at the waist. Inhale, right knee to chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, left leg lifts any available amount. Exhale, release. Inhale, heart pulls forward, baby cobra. Feel that broadening across the heart. Exhale, release shoulders over hips. Inhale, arms high overhead. Exhale, hands to hearts. Okay, we're going to build on a little bit here, so just listen and follow along. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, here we go. If we'd like to, you could take this all the way towards the toes if it feels good, or you can stay forearms to thighs. Inhale, we're going to lift the arms overhead and the right leg extends in front of the body, or just pull the knee to the chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, left leg lifts or left leg to chest. Exhale, release, hands to knees. Inhale, heart pulls forward. Exhale, shoulders release over hips. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, hands to hearts. Good. Inhale, press the palms together, lift high overhead. Exhale, folding whichever way, maybe forearms to thighs, fingertips towards toes. Inhale, right knee draws to chest or extends in front of the body. Exhale, release. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, release, hands to knees. Inhale, baby cobra. Pull the heart forward, lift the gaze. Exhale, soften shoulders over hips. Inhale, arms draw high. Last time through. Exhale, hands to hearts. Inhale, hands draw up and overhead. Exhale, fold all the way to your space. Inhale, right side of body, your choice, knee or leg extends. Exhale, release. Inhale, left side of body. Exhale, release, hands to knees. Inhale, baby cobra. Heart pulls through, lift the gaze. Exhale, shoulders over hips. Inhale, arms lift high over the head. Exhale, hands draw to heart. Let your thumbs rest at your heart space. Maybe you close the gaze. Notice your breath. Notice the beat of your heart. Feel the heat that you've begun to build. All right, let's start today with a little lymphatic drainage. So 'tis the season, we're coming out of cold and flu season. Fingers crossed we're coming out of it. But unfortunately that means we're moving into allergy season because everything's gonna start to bloom. Yay! My mom posted a picture of a crocus yesterday. I could not have been happier. She lives in West Virginia, but on top of a little mountain, but still that crocus was blooming, so yay. All right, so we're gonna start and we're gonna begin at your collarbones. You're gonna find your collarbone for me first. And then right above it, there's a little soft spot, okay? I find it easier if I cross my hands and use my index finger and my middle finger, and we're just gonna find those two little spots, and we're just gonna very gently press, just like you're trying to check a tomato to see if it's firm, if it's ripe. We don't wanna poke through a ripe tomato, we just wanna very gently press. So this area of the body is called the termini, and we can do one side at a time, or we can do both sides, but we want to take the time and work with both of them. So your termini are kind of like the drain of your lymphatic system. Now, I am no doctor. I'm not a medical professional. I am a layman when it comes to this practice, but it is something that I've done some training on, so I do feel confident in sharing with you. So we're just going to very gently continue to press, like I said, just like we're checking the firmness of a tomato. Now, it's really important that when we begin a lymphatic drainage routine that we open the termini, that we're like, hey, stagnant lymph fluid, I need you to move. We need to open up. We're going to start sending some other stuff through. Your lymphatic system does not have a pump. So the way that we move the lymphatic fluid through our body is by movement. Okay? All right, so we do this about 45 seconds to a minute or so. And then we're going to start to move up into the head. So we're just going to do lymphatic drainage on the head today. So we're going to come to the sides of the neck, and we're just going to very gently start to stroke down the sides of your neck. Now again, it might feel easier or more accessible if you go to the sides of the neck, or you could do across the hands or either side. And you may notice right away that you start to feel like you need to swallow. And that's part of the process. Our body's like, hey, we need to do this. We're moving some stuff around. And again, our body's pretty smart. It knows how to do this stuff without us actually having to tell it to. But sometimes our lymphatic system can get a little stuck, especially if we've been unwell, if we've been a little less active. Thank you to my friend Melanie for sharing the word wintering last night. We've been wintering a lot, cozying up in our favorite chair with a book and maybe a cup of hot tea and our favorite blanket because the weather has not been conducive to being outside. So it is time to come out of our wintering. All right, so once we've done sides of neck, we're going to make our hands into little Spock hands. So we're going to bring our index finger and middle finger and then ring finger and pinky together. And we're going to come to either side of your ear. And I'm going to have a hard time with this because I've got all this stuff on my ears between my earrings and my headset. You're going to bring your fingers around your ear and gently stroke down either side. Now, this does not need to be like going to town like you're in a deep tissue massage. Just enough to feel the skin moving. Okay, now I'm going to have to take my glasses off and I'm not going to be able to see y'all here in just a second. So you're just going to have to trust that y'all are doing this. Okay, so once we've done around the ears, the next spot that we're going to go is at our chin. So we're going to take the hands and make a little L shape. Naturally do that. And we're going to go underneath of the chin and we're going to gently sweep along the jawline, sweeping back towards the ear. And just like any other yoga practice, make this your own. If this doesn't feel comfortable, maybe you just kind of use one hand, but we really want to think about moving that lymphatic fluid in the body. Now each one of these, I'm not keeping time here, but you can do this. If you want to kind of keep it even, you could do 30 to 45 seconds at each little spot. You could take a little longer if you have the time. But any amount is going to be better than none. Okay, next up, and ladies, we know how to put our moisturizer on. We use our ring finger. We want to use gentle. We're going to go underneath of the eyes, and we're going to sweep towards the temple. So if you wake up in the morning and you notice your face is maybe a little puffy and like you're holding on to a little bit of fluid, we could do just a quick couple of little minutes and help move that lymphatic fluid that's hanging out. Okay, and now we'll go above the eyes. So we're going to come between the temples and brush out and over your brows towards the temples again. And this just simply feels nice. And start to make those sweeps a little bigger. So come a little further up the forehead towards the hairline and out towards the temple. Next up, we're going to come to the base of your skull. So again, kind of hard to demonstrate this, but you're going to be able to feel it. If you bring your fingertips to the back of your head, you're going to feel where your skull comes kind of over the back of your neck. You're going to feel that ridge. Are you feeling that? And we're just going to give that a gentle little circular massage from the center out towards the edges. And while we're here, if you wanted to go a little more and give yourself a little scalp massage, you could go for a scalp massage too. I did my hair today, so I'm going to skip the scalp massage, but you could do that. Okay, now the fun part of lymphatic massage, we're going to go backwards. So we're going to go from massaging the base of the skull, come back to your temple, because now we need all that loosened up. We're going to sweep it back to the termini. So we're going to go back across the forehead, and then under the eyes, ring fingered, nice and gentle. Along the jawline. Spock hands around the ears. All the way down the sides of the neck. I want to think it was towards the end of November, sometime in November, I did a full lymphatic drainage series here at the library. So if you scroll back through the videos, if you look into November, you might find that there. And then we're going to come back to the termini, so just that gentle little press again. Good. All right. How do we feel? Just a couple of nice little minutes there, right? So this is something you can just kind of add in if you're starting to feel just, like I said, a little unwell, or you're just feeling like your sinuses need a little assistance. This is a great little exercise to do. Sorry, my headset and my glasses are not playing nice. Okay, so let's start now with where are we at? Okay, let's start with warming up through the neck now. Take a look over your right shoulder, keeping your chin on a parallel plane, and then come back to center. Take a look over your left, back to center. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, look over right. Inhale, breath back to center. Exhale, breath over left. Inhale to center. Exhale, right. Last time here. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Good. Come back to center. And now we're going to drop right ear towards right shoulder. Now what I don't want you to do is lift your shoulder so that your ear and your shoulder meet. Let that arm be nice and relaxed. And we're feeling that big stretch down the side of your neck. So we have this big ropey muscle here. We abbreviate it, call it the SEM. And we're gonna try to work into a nice little stretch there for that. Good, lift the head back to center. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And again, you can just relax that left arm down. Try your best not to shrug it up towards your ear. And let yourself really notice, ooh, am I feeling that in that side of my neck? Inhale, come back to center. And now again, exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Now this time, we're looking straight ahead. Can you turn your chin and look towards your right hip? So we're just targeting that muscle a little differently. Now, before you just lift your head back, go ahead and lift your chin back and then come back center. Good. All right, left ear, left shoulder. Think about tipping your chin to look at your hip. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Okay, draw the gaze back, lift the chin back first, and then tip back up center. Good. All right, right ear, right shoulder. If it feels okay in your body, we're going to gently roll the chin towards the chest, the gaze to the lap, and the left ear, left shoulder. Ooh. Well, good morning, body. Good. Take a breath in. And breath out. Let's roll back through center, chin to chest, right ear, right shoulder. Good stuff. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Chin to chest, roll to center. And now just take time here to notice again the stretch now that's happening in the back of your neck. So again, relax your shoulders, maybe even give them a little wiggle. And then lift your gaze and feel that stretch in the front of the throat, and even maybe in feeling it kind of radiate down into your chest a bit here. Let's do that again. Chin towards the chest, nice and slow. And lift the gaze towards the ceiling. And notice if you can feel that as it radiates. Good. And bring the gaze straight back ahead again. Perfect. All right, let's come into the shoulders. Let's extend the arms nice and wide. And we're going to start with just some twisting through the hands. And we're going to think about rotating our humerus bone and our shoulder joint. And you can do one hand. You can be kind of silly with it. You don't have to do exactly the same. Whatever feels good. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and float the hands back down. Maybe give the arms a little shake. Let's do some shoulder shrugs. We're going to go towards the front of body. So just like you're a train on the tracks. I meant to look that up. I said something yesterday about like, what is that thing called from one set of wheels to the other set of wheels on the train? I'm sure it has a name. All right, our arms are that bar, and we're chugging our train down the track. Roll your shoulders up towards the ears, forward and down. Just big circles. I bet if I asked my cousin, he would know. He's a big train guy. Good. All right, let's take the train back. Ooh, shrug towards the back of the body. Okay, let's go ahead and take a little break there. Shake out the arms again. All right, so we're going to do a little exercise. You're going to stay right where you're at. I'm just standing so that I need to stand. Okay. I want you to imagine that you are inside of a snow globe, and it is completely fogged up. Okay? I want you to reach your fingertips forward. Try to touch the front of your snow globe. And now, open your arms and try to touch either side of your snow globe. Now, let's reach down, see if we can touch the bottom of our snow globe. And reach up and try to touch the top of your snow globe. Okay, now, we're going to imagine that our fingertips are paintbrushes. And I did say that it was foggy, so maybe we should be holding paper towels. We're going to try to clear the fog from inside of our snow globe. It does not matter how you move your arms. I want you to start to imagine that you are trying to wipe all of the fog from the inside of your snow globe. We don't want to miss any spots. We want to try to keep it completely clear. You're going to get graded on if your snow globe is clear or not. And we're using as much range of motion that's available to you. So when we come to the side of our body, are we able to extend the arms slightly behind and reach a little bit of that snow globe behind us? See, I always tell you, you gotta have that arm space. So this is a good exercise. I've been reading this book called Move Your DNA by Katy, K-A-T-Y, Bowman. And she talks about how through our technological advances and just the way our life has changed, that we don't move our bodies in a way that we used to. So for instance, how often do you actually sit down on the floor? Okay, on purpose, on purpose. Right? How often do we squat down? How often do we move our arms behind our body? I think I've used this example more than probably 10 times at this point. My husband has been very avidly gathering supplies to fly fish this spring. Now, he's a man who works as a welder. His arms are here. So the first time he went, well, you have to hold your arm like this and go like this. He went, oh! You have to train for the movement that you want to do. Okay, I think your snow globes look pretty good. Good job. So just a little, just kind of thinking about how do we actually move our bodies. And actually one of my students who comes to my class at the studio, one of my more movement-based classes, we're on and off the floor, she said she came last week to the senior center and she said, I was humbled. She said that bit of movement was so different than what we typically do in one of our more movement-based classes when we're on the floor and off the floor. And that's not something that I typically work with them. So it's interesting, and even myself was like, oh, there's a spot that I don't think I've explored in a while. So it's kind of interesting to just move your arms in that different way. Okay, from here, let's bring the hands back down alongside the body. Everybody done a bicep curl at least once in their life? All right, we're gonna do some bicep curls. I want you to imagine you've got some 5-pound weights in your hands. And we're gonna think about your bicep. And I want you to imagine that you are truly moving some weight in both directions. So we're gonna draw those weights towards the biceps. Now, I need you to resist as you bring it back down. So truly, imagine you have some weight and you're letting it come back down, nice and controlled. Whew, let's take an inhale, bring the weight up. Exhale, bring the weight down. And if you wanna join Sharon on Friday morning, she's doing some of these exercises here at the library, 9:30, right? All right, and down we go. Inhale, breath, pull that up. Exhale, breath, lower it down. Good, let's go again. Inhale, breath. Don't forget, you're really holding weight. Exhale. Now at home, you could do this. I could pull out my Richard Simmons card. You could pull out some cans of green beans. Just make sure they're the same size cans of green beans. You could hold water bottles. If you have some old dusty little dumbbells in the cupboard, pull those out and do this. 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound, whatever little bit of weight that you can use is going to help you build some strength back into your muscles. And as we age, it is so important that we keep that muscle tone. Helps us with our bone density, helps keep us safe in our bodies. All right, I don't know about y'all, but my biceps are tired. Whew. All right, let's turn the palms towards the back of the body. And now we're going to do some little pulses. So I want you to pulse, pulse, pulse. Same thing here. Now we're targeting the tricep muscle. And this, I want you to imagine that you are really, truly pressing some weight behind the body. And you can do the same thing. You can hold those 5 pounds or cans of green beans or water bottles or whatever you might have available to you and press, press, press. My mom one time was watching Richard Simmons. She turned him on the TV and she decided she wasn't going to do it. She was going to have a piece of chocolate cake instead. And she went to the refrigerator and got that chocolate cake out, and Richard come right up to the screen and he said, "Put that chocolate cake back." And she's like, okay. I mean, how serendipitous. Like, that was definitely the universe saying, "You did not need that. Sorry, Mom, I had to tell that story. It's funny." Actually, she's messaging me. "Hi, Mom." Too funny. I tried to call her yesterday and I missed her, so I plan on calling you after class, Mom. All right, let's go ahead and shake that out. All right, let's do some wristy rolls. Bring those elbows snug to the body because I want you to really focus on your wrist. Like you're waving some teeny tiny little pom-poms in your hands. And it doesn't matter which direction because we're going to switch it up and go both. And switch. Don't forget to breathe. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Switch directions. Breathe in. Think about your wrists, not your elbows. There you go. Switch it up. And switch. All right. Flicky hands. You just went to the public restroom. They're out of paper towels. Let's see if I can flick another nail off because I did this earlier. All right, flick, 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 flick. Now, this can get very uncomfortable. Those of you that have done this with me, you know this can get super uncomfortable. If you feel any sharpshooting pain, stop. Uncomfortable is, oh my God, how much longer is she going to make me do this? Your forearms might start to feel a little warm. But a lot of times we mistake wrist weakness to forearm strength or forearm weakness. So this is one way that we can work on strengthening the forearms and in turn feeling like we have stronger wrists. I know I've got some sewers and some knitters. I bet there's a crocheter or two in the group. I bet somebody paints. Anything with fine motor skills. It's important that we keep that mobility in our fingers. Are your arms warm yet? Okay, mine too. We're just going to keep going for like 10 more seconds. I can see the second hand, kinda. Maybe. Is there a second hand? That's good. Let your hands rest on your lap. Ooh. Feel the blood flowing into your forearm. Your muscles are awake now. Okay, one more. Send your arms out. Okay, now make a fist. And from here, we're gonna pull your wrist in towards your forearm. So we're not bending at the elbow, we are roll your wrist so that you're coming in. Good. Now, we're gonna start to close the arm. So close the arm. Okay. And slowly, like someone is peeling your arms open and you are trying to resist them, you're gonna open, 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 open. Whew. Okay, bring it back in. Nice and slow, we peel the arm open. Good, 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 good. Are you feeling that across your chest also? Good. Whew. Okay, back in, last one. Peel it open, but keep that the wrist cranked in towards your forearm. I think the Arnold's next weekend. Any of you ladies going to go to the Arnold? We can show them our muscles. All right, shake it out. Okay, next one. We're going to, anybody ever gone to the Arnold before? It is quite the experience if you have never been. Just be prepared to walk like this. All right, we're going to sit back into the chair, and I want you to extend your arms, and it really doesn't matter if you go palms up, palms to the front, palms down, and you're welcome to kind of change that as we go. Be sure you've got your feet nice and flat to the floor. We've got those sit bones found underneath the body. Now, I want you to kind of imagine that you're playing tug of war, and you're being tugged to the left. Now, when you get tugged to the left, I want you to think about your right sit bone staying down in your chair. Okay, now we're going to go to the right. Same thing. Now our left sits bone, we want to try to keep that anchored, and we're taking that movement through the waist. Good. Let's go back to the left and to the right. Good. And to the left. I'm seeing a little bit of this. Okay, let's really focus on shifting through the rib cage and the shoulders. Anchor, good job. Anchor through the sits bones. To the left again. We keep getting more people. We're gonna have to move to Pritchard and see if they'll give us space. Over to the right. And to the left. And to the right. If the Pritchard is watching, I would love space. Left side. And right side. Good job.
F-R-E-E space.
That's right, F-R-E-E space. Shake that out.
Definitely.
Community event is what we got going on here. And it's growing. We love it. Okay. So now let's do a little wrist flexor and wrist extensor stretch. So let's send the right arm out in front of us with the palm to the ceiling. Okay, now you're going to use your left hand. You're going to catch your fingers, and I want you to pull your fingers back towards your body. So, as best we can. It's okay if you can't do it, don't push it. You can even bend your elbow and come here. It's okay. And you can even just work on using the power of your own body, like you're trying to push something away. Good. Take one more breath here and let it go. Good. And now left hand. Okay, same thing here. We can either just try our best to catch with the right hand and pull back, or just use your power like you're trying to push a door open. Try not to lock out your elbow. I forgot to say that on the other side. Don't lock out your elbow. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. Now, let's go right hand again, and this time palm to the floor. And this time we're going to use the hand and we're going to pull the fingers back. So now we're stretching the back side of the wrist. And again, just be mindful that you're not locking out your elbow. Keep a soft little bend there. Take another breath in. And a breath out. Good. Let's go other side. Left palm to the floor. Right hand, draw those fingers back. Breathing in. And breathe out. Inhale, breath. And exhale. Good. One more, breathe in. And breathe out. Good. All right, release. Okay, so now let's stretch the fingers individually. So we're going to use our, it doesn't matter, we're going to do both hands. We're going to pull the finger back towards the body. So yeah. And obviously we're just being mindful of how it feels. But if, again, fine motor skills. Anything that you do that we're going to switch, go into the middle finger there. And then to the ring finger. And the pinky. You know, if we want to pick things up, we need those fine motor skills. Now when you come to your thumb, we're going to stretch across the palm. So you're going to grab a hold of your thumb and pull it back towards the body. And that's going to stretch across your palm, along with stretching those tiny little muscles in the thumb. Okay, let's go other hand. So we'll go index finger. Turn your palm towards me. Yeah, and then pull your fingers back. Yeah. Somebody told me they played piano. Is that person here today? Anybody play piano? Yeah, all right. Good. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember names, but usually I'll remember, like if you tell me a hobby, and sometimes I remember names. I got a couple of you in my brain. Come to your thumb and pull that back. And I feel bad because like I want to know all your names. And I really feel like we all just need name tags at this point. Okay, shake it out. Okay, let's do a little cat-cow. Bring your hands to your knees. Pull your heart forward, lift your gaze. Exhale, tuck and round. Think about tucking your tailbone underneath of your body and your chin towards your chest and extend the spine towards the back of the chair. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, heart pulls forward. Exhale, tuck and round. Again, inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale, tuck and round. Come back to neutral for me. Stack your shoulders over top of your hips. Lengthen through the crown of your head. So think about sitting really tall. Let's come to our feet. Tap the toe, lift the toes, lift the toes. Right, and the heels. Anybody practice the rocking chair feet yesterday after class? All right, we're gonna do rocking chair feet. This is gonna throw you for a loop, but I love it. All right, take your toes down on one foot and your heel down on the other foot. Okay, now can you rock your feet? I think I like that, rocking chair feet. That kind of works, right? Not only does this keep our feet and our toes and our ankles limber, it keeps our brain fresh because it's something new. And we kind of have to think about it because it's not a natural movement really. Although it is kind of if you think about how we walk, right? All right, let's go ahead and pause. Let's do some marches. Lift and lift and lift. Now, when you're marching, you could scooch a little further up on your seat so that you feel like just your bottom is on the chair and the back of your thigh is off of the chair. And then think about being nice and still through the upper body. So our shoulders are stacked over our wrists and we're not really swinging the upper body. We're really trying to keep this movement happening at the hip joint. Okay, now pause with your right knee in the air. We're going to circle the knee, this big femur bone and the hip joint. Imagine you have a paintbrush on your toe and you're gonna paint a circle with your toe. And bring your leg down. Now, left up, make that circle to the outside. Bring it back down. Right leg, draw a big circle. Bring it down. Left leg, right leg. This is so silly, but we're lubricating the joints, and that's where it's at. And if you wanted to, you could do 2 circles. Woo. Again, got to keep it fresh. Keep our brain guessing what's happening. Are we keeping the brain guessing back there today?
That's back.
All right, now we were going out. We're going to go in. So, in, ooh, in, in. Why is this so weird? In. In.
I'll be doing some Tylenol soon.
Oh, Gary. All right, let's try. Can we do 2? Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. All right, good job. All right, take those feet wide for me. Okay, so if we go back and we think, well, maybe we might still have one in our closet. Suzanne Summers, Thigh Master. Yeah, okay, I hope you've donated that by now. I want you to find an inner thigh engagement here. So we really want to think about holding some tension here, or at least like bringing your awareness here. Okay, there it is. Like, okay, got it. Let's bring our left forearm to our left thigh. And bring your right arm up and over your head. And if you wanted to take your gaze up towards your right fingertips, if you feel like you're able to. And now I want you again, we're going to imagine this time we have some paint brushes on our fingertips, and each finger is a different color, and we're going to paint a big rainbow. So bring your hand all the way forward, and then sweep it all the way towards the back of your body. Sweep it all the way forward, and all the way back, all the way forward, and all the way back. Good. One more time. Forward and back. Good. Now bring your hand behind your head, and we're going to pull our right elbow towards our left hand. It does not need to connect. We're going to imagine or work on our obliques here, our muscles. So let's bring that right elbow towards the left hand. Maybe it connects, maybe it doesn't. Then we pull that right arm open again. Maybe lift your gaze. Exhale, breath. Pull your right elbow towards your left hand. Inhale, breath to open. Exhale, we close. Think about the muscles along the rib cage or along the side of the waist. Inhale, open. Exhale, we close. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, we close. Good. Come back up nice and tall. Extend your fingertips tall. Can you imagine that someone has a hold of your hand and is pulling you upright? Whew. Bring that right arm down, right thigh. Left arm reaches straight to the sky. All right, we have fingertips. Maybe we use different colors this time. Bring that hand forward. Let's paint the rainbow. Bring it all the way up and towards the back of body. Sweep the arm all the way over the head. Sweep it to the back. Bring it forward. Bring it back. Inhale, breath, pull it forward. Last one. Exhale, open all the way up through the shoulder. Bring your left hand behind your head. All right, now we're now we're on that left side of body. So we're thinking about the rib cage, the obliques, our waist. Take a breath in. Exhale, breath. Draw the left elbow towards your right hand. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, breath, we draw open. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, breath, open. Exhale, breath, bring it down. Last one. Inhale, come up. All right, reach the left hand to the sky. Can you imagine you're being drawn up through your left fingertips? Whew. All right, good job. Heel toe your feet to center. Find your knees in front of your hips. and your toes straight ahead. We're gonna come up to stand. If we need to use the chair to stand, you're gonna use the chair to stand. If you are able to not use the chair, I want you to really think about everything landing into the soles of your feet. And as you come up to stand, we're gonna take 4 marches in place when we arrive, okay? So big breath in, exhale breath, push and stand, take 4 marches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're gonna do a couple of squats. I want to start to encourage you, and I'm just turning sideways for the sake of folks at home. When you get up and start to move at home, take 5 marches or 5 squats every time you get up and every time you come to sit. Now, we're gonna go basically as a chair pose, so you can bring your hands to heart. And we're gonna think that we're sitting, but we're not gonna sit. So we go to sit, and we push into heels and stand. Come to sit, press into the heels and stand. Come to sit, press into the heels and stand. Come to sit, press into the heels and stand. Good measure, one more. Come to sit and stand. Good. Because yoga teachers, we don't count, we just do it. Okay. Come to stand behind your chair. Y'all, it's already 10:02. How is it this time already? I know, and like when you're doing yoga, when you're practicing, it feels like time just doesn't exist, in my opinion. All right, so let's do our kitchen sink stretch. So again, that word of caution, if you are a person who should not look at the floor, if your ophthalmologist would be angry if they found that you were looking at the floor, you're gonna keep your gaze straight ahead. Everyone else, you're gonna gaze down to the floor. Hands to the back of your chair, and you're gonna start to walk your feet back, walk your feet back, walk your feet back, walk your feet back. Soft bend to your knees. Stick your sits bones out. Let your hands rest at the back of the chair and let your head come down between the biceps. If you're a glaucoma patient, you're not quite so low and you're looking straight ahead. Everyone else, gazing down to the ground. So many flat backs, so good. Take a big breath in through your nose. And a breath out through the mouth. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Again, inhale. And the exhale. Good. Start to walk back towards the chair. All right. Let's do our calf stretch. Our right leg is going to be close to the chair. Make sure that you're nice and grounded here. And then take that big step back with your left foot. Now, if you step so far back that you feel like you have to lean to hold onto the chair, I want you to pull that chair back so that you can stand a bit taller. Our left heel should be lifted from the ground so that you have that stretch. Okay, now let's take a little movement here. Right hand, inhale, reach it to the sky, straighten both legs. Exhale, sink that left heel to the earth, front knee over front ankle. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, we lift. All right, this time we'll stay. Exhale, let that left heel really drop all of your awareness into your left calf muscle. Breathe. Notice if you're feeling your calf. I've been walking the last couple of days, so this is feeling very nice. I promised myself that if it was over 40 degrees, I was going to go outside and walk for 30 minutes. And I have done it. Sunday's supposed to be 30. A girl's not walking. So I'll do something else for me. Take one more breath here. Let it go. Good. Now we're going to step the left foot in. We're going to shorten the stance. So 10 or 12 inches between your front heel, your back toes. Now this one's a little different in that your front toes are going to stay pointed to 12 o'clock and your left toes are now going to point somewhere between 10 and 11 o'clock. So if you just find your toes in the right position, and then we're going to bend both knees. You're popping your booty out. And this one we're targeting the soleus muscle. So it's the smaller muscle in the calf. We have the large muscle, the gastrocnemius, and then we have the smaller muscle, the soleus. And it's very important that we stretch both muscles every day. So if I can encourage you to do a little bit at home, You're gonna do your toe lifts, your heel lifts, that little rock the toes, rock the feet, rocking chair feet that we just did today. That's a really good one to add in. And then your marches in place. And then also do those 3 exercises when you're standing. Also, this calf stretch, both of these on both sides. Take one more breath here. Let it go. Good, stand nice and tall. Oh, hello. All right, left foot close to the chair. Ground down through that foot. Make sure you're really feeling everything ground down. Step your right foot back. Big long step for your body. Front knee over front ankle, so take a peek. You have a nice straight line from the knee to the ankle. Right heel should be lifted from the ground. All right, let's use our left hand to do our little breath here. Inhale, stand tall, both legs straight. Exhale, float that back down. Inhale, breath, we stand tall. Exhale, breath, we release. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release, and extend that right heel towards the ground. Drop your awareness into your right calf muscle. Notice, can you feel the stretch that's happening here? Don't forget to breathe. One more breath here, in and out. Good, let's shorten stance. Bring the right foot in. Left toes, 12 o'clock. Right toes, somewhere between 1 and 2, 10 or 12 inches between your feet. Bend both knees, stick your booty out. Now this one, you can kind of feel like you're leaning forward a little bit, that little hinge of your waist so that you can stick your booty out. We're gonna get into that muscle. Take that breath in and breath out. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. One more, we breathe in. And we breathe out. Good. Drop your awareness into the soles of the feet. Press and stand. Step your right foot in. Okay, let's come back to the front of the chair. We're gonna do 5 squats before we sit. Feet underneath of your hips. Knees stacked over ankles, toes straight ahead. So again, just kind of check in and see where are your toes pointed. Can we get them, everything on 2 railroad tracks in front of the body? We'll bring hands to heart. This time, maybe extend your arms over your head if you feel like you can. Okay, take an inhale. Exhale, let's take that squat. Inhale, bring your hands back to heart. Exhale, we squat. Now, if extending your arms is a little too much, feel free to keep them at heart. Extend and sit. Come back to heart. Is that 3? 2 more. Hands to heart. And there's 6. And here's 7. Have a seat. Good work. Good work, guys. I enjoy being here with you guys so much. It just, seeing the room full, like I love doing this when it was just, 8 of us, 6 of us. I mean, it was just these teeny tiny little groups. And being here and just in community and with this energy that we have created and seeing new faces and knowing that we're bringing friends with us, like I love that. It just means the world to me. So please feel free to continue inviting people because not everyone can always make it every time. We do have 5 more dates on the schedule, and then I will be taking June and July off from here. Just, it's summer. We all get a little busier, and this on the Wednesdays that I'm here, like I don't want to say it's the middle of my day, but it's kind of the middle of my day. So I want to be able to have a little bit of time available to spend with my family. So we have March 12th and March 26th, and then I'm sure Christina will be posting this soon. We have April 16th and April 23rd. So in April, they're going to be back-to-back weeks. And then May 14th. So we have 5 more dates until we take our little summer break. And as I said, I would love if you would join me at the Senior Center Tuesdays at 11. About 80% sure we're going to do Thursdays at the Senior Center as well. And then of course I still have the class at the studio on Thursdays at 10:30. If you would like to attend that, please come talk to me. I do have a much smaller space. It's more intimate. So I can only host a handful of folks, but I would love to have you there. In the last few weeks, it's been kind of sparse. So I would love that. So please come chat with me afterwards and we can get you all set up to do that. Let's find a comfortable seat. Find your sits bones under your body. The knees straight ahead, the toes straight ahead, shoulders resting over top of hips. If you're comfortable closing down the eyes, we'll close the eyes. You can soften your gaze towards the tip of the nose. Let your breath relax. Let your body melt into the support beneath you. Find stillness. Feel the breath as it moves in and out, like gentle waves lapping at the shore. Imagine yourself as a river, beginning as a small bubbling stream, fresh and pure. You flow effortlessly, winding through valleys, over smooth stones. With each breath, you release anything that clings, tension, doubt, expectation, allowing it to dissolve into the current. Feel the warmth of the sun on your surface, the breeze rippling across you. There's no need to control, no need to resist. You're moving exactly as you should, shaped by the earth, yet always free. Let yourself drift in this peaceful flow for a few moments. And when you're ready, take a deeper breath. Bring gentle movement back to your fingers and toes. And return with the quiet knowing that you are part of something vast and ever moving. Take your time. When you rise, rise like water, clear, fluid, and free. Let's bring our hands together at heart center, letting the thumbs come to rest at the heart space, bowing our heads. And here we find a moment of gratitude for this practice, to you for making space in the day, and for this opportunity to come together in community and in collective energy. Let's take a clearing breath together before we close. A full inhale through the nose, and an exhale with ease. May your life be free of struggles. May your heart be open. May your body be filled with joy and ease. May you share your gifts with the world. And may you know your truest self in this lifetime. Together we say, Namaste. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you in just a couple of weeks, if not sooner, because I would love that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, darling.